Hello, my name's Rose and welcome to my allotment. At long last, we are going to be sowing our wheat.
So what's Daddy doing?
He's moving the tarp away. Let's see if we can find any creatures.
It's done well, hasn't it? It's definitely kept the weeds down. We've got some kind of fungal growth there.
And there.
I'm really pleased to see there's no weeds.
Me too. There's lots of bits of slop.
That's okay, that's like mud and stuff like that. That's totally fine.
I can't see none.
So this bit is nice and clear. And down here we have our squashes. And looking, we've got a few courgettes. There's a big one through there. We're just going to pick these and then clear this part of the bed. Good grief, that's one plant. And there are still some coming. There's a baby one there. More. But we've certainly got enough, and now it's time to say goodbye so we can use the space. Got a few coming, a few more coming up there. That's 2 yellow courgettes and a butternut. I found one baby butternut. I'm not sure if it'll be ripe enough to use, but we'll have a look at it when we get home.
We've got some hard red winter wheat and we're ready to sow.
Go on then.
I wonder how many there is.
Well, we counted, didn't we?
I think it was something like 350. I think it says on the pack.
It does. The box said that there was about 80 seeds, and we had a count.
613 in
613.
in that one packet.
So yes.
Oh, this is really warm.
And we have got, we'll open up the box. Oh, I've dropped it.
It came with instructions and a 6-inch spacer. The line is for how deep to plant them, and this is for how far apart.
Yes, so it's 6 inches apart and an inch deep. So how do farmers with big fields sow their wheat?
Well, they scatter them.
They scatter them. And why aren't we doing that?
Because we've only got a small space.
We've only got a small space, and although it's okay for farmers who have tons of wheat, it's not very efficient and you do lose some seed. So you'll be using the spacer and then dipping a hole, and we're putting 2 of the wheat seeds into each hole. Okay,
So,
you ready?
yep.
So this is our system. We've got 2 in the hole here, placing the spacer, and then we're using the other one. We got 2 because we bought 2 packets. So I'm making a hole. And Rose is doing the sewing. Ready? And we've done that much already. And all the rest to go. It's going to take us a while. We are back at the allotment. This is our second weekend. Nick and Rose are continuing on with the wheat. We got half the bed done last time. And my job is emptying the greenhouse and giving it a good sort out. Look at the state of that. It's the trouble when you're so busy during the summer months. You just dump stuff off, and then when you're in a rush and when you send the kids in, everything just gets knocked over. So yes, really needs a good sort out. You can hold me accountable.
We made 240 holes and put 2 seeds in each.
So that is 560 wheat seeds planted.
Yeah, that's just breaking over.
And it doesn't seem enough. we've got another packet left to go, and I'm thinking, where can we sow these?
Next year.
Maybe over on that bed where the blue tarp is. We might get some more over there. Because the squash are done now, and those last bits of sweet corn, they can be pulled up. So you might be able to put some in there. Or we can save till next year.
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
Just because you don't want to plant more wheat. You did a really good job though. Well done. Here is a during shot. We've taken everything out and laid down some weed matting, and we found this handsome fellow. He's having a meal on a moth. I think he's had all he wants out of that. And here comes Rose, if I can skip past all the junk. Here she comes.
One load of wood chip.
You've got some wood chip. Go on then, can you wheel it round?
Yeah.
I might have to clear you a space. Nice one.
Now to go and get some more wood chips.
Yep.
And here comes Daddy right now.
Okay. Here comes Daddy with the big wheelbarrow. Right, now I'm going to look at this bed here. We can see some lettuces that have bolted, and someone has very kindly left some garlic for us. I don't know who that was. So I'm going to clear this half of the bed and pop some garlic in there. Up here we've got some Romanesco, but I don't think it's going to come to anything. It's bolted there. I was going to leave it and see if it will do anything in the spring. So I'll leave it for now, and then if I need the space and it doesn't look like it's going to do anything, I will get rid of it. But for now I'll use the back half of this bed for some garlic.
It's been a few days since we've been down here because we've been waiting for the rain to stop. We've planted some softneck and now we're going to plant some hardneck.
That's garlic.
Got to break this up.
So when it arrives, it looks just like an ordinary garlic bulb that you'd buy from the shops. And you break it up into cloves, and then you plant the individual cloves. It's a bit tough to get into.
If I do this enough, I've entered the garlic. There's loads in here.
So these get planted 1 inch deep and 4 inches apart. Don't worry too much, darling, about the paper, as long as you can get to the clove. That's it.
Clove. One very healthy garlic clove.
Okay, and which way round do you plant it?
That way.
Yeah, so when you look, we'll just show. You've got a flat end there, that's the bottom, that's where the roots come from. And the pointed end, that is where the shoot comes, so plant it this way up.
Let's get planting.
We have one lonely red onion still growing from before. I couldn't, it's doing a good job of growing. It's putting in its best effort, so I've left it there. So we will get planting these.
So many ones in there.
Right, so this is a quick comparison of hardneck and softneck. This one here, the purpley one, is the hardneck. This is a softneck. The hardneck tend to be bigger cloves when they grow, but they have less of them. And the softneck, that has a milder flavour, and you get more of the small cloves. I'm just going to pop this back in the hole where it came from so that we don't lose it. The hardneck varieties, they produce a scape, So when they grow, they produce like a hollow stem and it comes to a flower at the top. And you can eat that flower. You want to pick them off so that the plant puts energy into the bulb. So yeah, if you get those, you know you're growing a hardneck. Softneck don't produce the scapes, and make sure you pick them off. The hardneck, each has its pros and cons. The hardneck, it literally has a hard neck. The bit that sticks up out of the bulb, that is literally hard, which is why Rose was having difficulty getting into the bulb earlier. And they tend to store better if you are drying for long-term use. They tend to be hardier to grow. So I'm just trying to cover the microphone as the wind is getting up. Yeah, so that's essentially the difference between the two.
I'm going to plant some elephant garlic now, but they only give you 2 cloves.
But look how big they are.
Yeah.
They're huge. And how do we plant these?
Well, they are 3 centimetres deep and 10 centimetres apart.
Okay. Now, sorry about the chainsaw. Is there only 2 in that one as well?
Yeah.
It says 4 holes. Okay. Elephant garlic isn't actually garlic. It's a type of leek. So, but it tastes garlicky and has a really mild flavour. This is our first time growing it, so it'll be interesting to see how it does. Right, we've given these a really wide gap between them. I'm actually just covering them over. Cover them up then, darling.
I found rose tulips earlier.
Oh.
It looks a bit icy.
Rose found some quartz. It's a bit dirty. It should look better when it's not rose quartz. I think it's not pink. Hold it still then, Poppet.
That's 1 bit of quartz, 1 bit of rose quartz.
Yeah.
We put the net down so the birds, when the garlic starts sprouting, the birds think the tips are worms, and we don't want the birds to eat our garlic or just try and think it. We'll be back soon to plant our onion sets. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. Bye!